I'm just waiting for it to say. Hopefully, does it say we're going live on your end?
It did, yes.
Oh, okay. What's up, Tiger Gang? It's JT from the Poco Moonshine family. I'm back again with another episode of Chatting with Carnivores. Today we got Mike from Primal Mike. How you doing, dude?
I'm doing good, as always, at this time of the day, because
Yeah.
I just had my meal, so.
Oh, yeah. You're feeling good. Yeah, I heard you don't like to eat in the morning, just at night. So we're gonna get into all of that. But where are you from, and where are you at now, location wise?
I live in suburbs of Chicago,
Mm-hmm.
in Illinois, so,
Is is that where you were born?
no, I was born in Poland.
Born in Poland. How did you get in Chicago?
Like, a lot of struggles and, connections, but just to keep it simple, my mother's sister lives here for like pretty much 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
And at one point, she decided to, file and what is it called? Like recommendations for us to apply for like green card and entry to the United States. So we came here like in 2008. So like 15 years ago.
Oh, it's the year I graduated high school.
So when I came here as a freshman in high school.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool.
So
See, I'm learning so.
it wasn't very easy.
Yeah, no, I can bet. Did you had to have to learn this language?
Uh, you know, uh, I had English in Poland as a foreign language,
Mm-hmm.
but the stuff they teach, it's not the same.
No,
Like they only teach like vocabulary that no one is using in everyday life.
I got you.
And the biggest issue was kind of getting used to like different accents.
Mm.
But eventually, I was started doing fine. A year or two, and I was more communicative, like understanding people. So
That's awesome, man. Give you credit. You're really pushing the boundaries with your mind, man. You're learning all sorts of stuff, learning languages, and we'll get into all of it though. But what health issues or what led you to the carnivore diet? What was going on in your life, Mike?
Uh, a couple years ago we had this pandemic, and you know, just before I go into it, I'm 5'11", and before pandemic I was about 180 pounds. Uh, athletic build. Uh, not fairly lean, like pretty like standard athletic build, kind of like football-ish,
Mm-hmm.
like fat, but muscular.
You were husky.
Yeah, eating standard American diet,
Yeah.
going to Wendy's or KFC for lunch and having pizzas on the weekends or
I've
whatever.
done all that, man. Wendy's, pizza, all that stuff, man. KFC, that's what you do in America.
I know, and I was eating a lot, but I was training a lot, so I was kind of like similar to Mr. Paul Saladino, where he eats a lot, but he exercises a lot, so he thinks he can get away with it. So when pandemic
Kind of
hit,
evens out.
right, kind of zero out the damage. But then pandemic hit, and everyone started to be scared at some point to some extent. And I was reading on the news that after some studies that were performed, people that had some chronic conditions or had higher amount of body fat, they're more they're more susceptible to get severe complications.
Mm.
So I was kind of worried at that point that maybe I'm one of those that could be affected uh, and at higher risk than other people of my age. And at that point, I was also living with my parents that don't have health insurance. So I decided to research how can I lower my body fat so I can fall into that safe uh, group of people that even if I catch the virus, I won't be suffering as much
Mm-hmm.
as what they were showing on the mass media. So, I found few YouTube channels, which I will not name just for their security and because some people may still follow them.
What
But,
COVID channels?
excuse me?
Were these channels talking about COVID, or what do you mean? What
No, like
channels?
like fitness channels on how
Oh,
to
oh, okay, okay.
how to get fit, how to get lean,
I
how
got you.
to, what diet you should do, how much to
Mhm.
exercise. So eventually I fall into a trap of eating high protein, low fat, plant based diet.
Mm.
So
How did that go for you?
that's where I went from standard American diet to this type of diet. And initially it worked, obviously. That's kind of the uh, uh, anecdotes that we have from vegan community that, oh, I feel way better now on this diet than in previous diet. Of course, because you went from probably the worst diet that there is to
Yeah,
somewhat healthy. So,
yeah, yeah.
of course you're feeling better than before. So that was my the case for me. Uh, I lost some body fat, uh, and I kind of shrank down. I lost significant amount of weight, and I was feeling okay. And I was still exercising, so I didn't think at this point that you know I'm doing any damage to myself. But as time went on and things started to open up again, uh, I was being even more active. I went back to my MMA training, did more gym uh, workouts, doing more running outside. At some point, like I would say late, kind of in the middle of 2022, so last year, I started to feel the damage that I was doing to myself in terms of physical pain. Like I started to be I started to have joint pains, especially in the lower back. I was low on energy. My hormones, I felt like they're not working optimally. So, and I didn't link this to my diet at that time. And I still kept exercising and I just kept getting like worse. And if it wasn't worse, it wasn't making any improvements. So at some point, I realized that I should do something before, I get to the point where I cannot walk or do any lifting because I love sports. I don't think I can imagine myself not being able to exercise. Like, it's my passion, it's my hobby, it's kind of my way of isolating myself from the world. Just go to the gym or do something, just move myself. So I decided to do some analysis on what I'm doing wrong that could have impacted my health. And I thought maybe it's the diet. Maybe what I eat is not good for me. So then I started doing some research that, you know, what happens if you eat low fats, what happens if you eat like vegetables, like high fiber stuff. And then at some point, because I was still listening to a lot of like fitness podcasts, I came across, and I will mention this YouTube channel because I like I like it very much, and maybe you've heard it before. Power Project, Mark Bell. He has an amazing team, and he has amazing podcasts on a regular basis. And at some point, I listened to one of their episodes, and they had Paul Saladino, Sean Baker, Lisa Wiedemann, and they were talking like carnivore diet. And I was very like kind of interested at first. Just like everyone else, they're talking like they only eat meat and they feel healthy and they can build muscle and they were able to fix many issues, whether it was arthritis or diabetes or some gut inflammation, sleep issues, hormonal imbalances. I'm like, how is it possible that you only eat this kind of foods and you get better while people on mass media preach that you have to have balanced diet, fruits, vegetables, a lot of vitamins, take this type of supplements, etc. So I decided to maybe I can give it a try. I mean, what do I have to lose? Like, I feel like a wreck anyways. So why not give it a try? If people come on those type of podcasts, they share their experience, and it sounds like it works for them very well. So earlier this year, uh, actually, earlier this year, uh, because I always say that spirit and body, uh, they are they work together in harmony. If you damage your body, you damage your spirit. If you damage your spirit, you will damage your body. It's like a magnet. You have north and south sides. If you split magnet in half, you still have north and south. It's like a dipole. You can never isolate them two. So, and when my health was poor, I also felt like my spirit is also poor. I kind of lost faith. I wasn't going to church anymore as much as I used to. So, but I made that decision I have to fix something first, and then the other thing will follow. So I decided to fix my spirit first. So in April earlier this year, I went for a 10-day pilgrimage trip to Mexico with my church. Not pilgrimage as in, walk all the way from here to Mexico. But, we flew to Mexico, visited multiple cities, sites, churches, had mass every day. I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to bring faith back to me, kind of restore the faith. And when I fix my spirit, I'll eventually go to the point where I can fix my body physically. So at one point, uh, after one of the masses during that pilgrimage, I stayed for like 30 minutes after the mass. I asked the organizer if I can stay a little longer to kind of pray, because I have like my own things I want to consider and kind of talk with God. So, me and God had kind of like a conversation, and I decided that when I come back, I have to fix my body. So I become like a unity again, like working optimally. Spirit and body working unified, both working very well, and me finally feeling very well. So that's kind of where my carnivore story begins. I came back from Mexico. It was end of April. So May 1st, I decided to give carnivore diet a try.
May 1st?
May 1st. So, you know, I started doing some notes. Okay, what should I eat? So I was eating some burger patties, eggs,
Burger patties,
as,
eggs,
as, as my kind of first meal, and then steak for lunch, dinner, second meal. After a few weeks, I was able to transition to like one meal because I just felt better with one meal and I was able to handle it very well. And I was just eating meat for the most part. Initially, about pound and a half, and then I transitioned to like 2 pounds of meat per day.
2 pounds of meat today?
Yeah,
Wow.
but I exercise, so my body requirements are a little higher than it would be if I was like sedentary. So since then, it's pretty much 2 pounds a day of meat and a couple of hard boiled eggs. I like eggs hard boiled.
That's your favorite? Because I like to ask people if you could only have your eggs cooked one way the rest of your life, would it be hard boiled for you?
Yeah, it would be hard boiled because you're not losing anything. It's anything that's inside the eggshell you maintain. So a lot of water, all the protein, egg yolk all intact. When you do like when you fry it on the pan or do scrambled eggs, some of it will evaporate. At least the water content. When you do hard boiled, it's everything is preserved.
Hmm.
So extra hydration, all the nutrients. And now some people may say, oh, depending on how you prepare the eggs, you may denature, or I think it's correct word, denature some of the
Yep.
contents. I don't really pay attention to that. Egg is an egg. It's as
An egg is.
nutritious as you can get. I would even say it's more nutrient dense than beef.
What is your favorite cut of beef?
Was that supposed to be a rhetorical question or
Yeah, what is your
was
favorite cut of beef?
ribeye?
Oh, ribeye. Okay. Yeah,
Ribeye
some
is
people
king.
they. I love the ribeye too. Some people like the New York strip. It's a little less fatty. I like the fat on the ribeye.
Ribeye is king.
It is. It is. Now, let's see here. Now, just for people wondering, you had a paralyzed vocal cords when you were born.
Yes.
That's interesting, and like does that affect you to this day? Like or is it just kind of like stabilized, or is it getting worse, or what's going on with your vocal cords now?
Uh, it's not getting worse. It's been pretty much stable with no change since I was like 5 years old. But I want to keep it kind of short. I was born with paralyzed vocal cords. So when I came out of my mother's body,
Hmm.
normally babies like cry. I wasn't crying because there was blockage. Because vocal cords did not move. I had issue with inhaling and exhaling the air. So I wasn't making any sound. They had to put me in an ICU unit right away to save my life. And I was in ICU for
That's
like
intense.
3 to 4 months.
Oh,
That's the first chapter of my life. The first 3 to 4 months in an ICU. all taped up with a tube in my throat through my mouth, so they could maintain me, alive
Mm-hmm.
and provide sufficient and necessary nutrients in the very early stage for me to grow properly. And um, when I was released, still as a newborn, few months old, I was released home. My parents could take me home, but I still had a tube here in my throat. It's hard to see because of the light, but I still have a scar.
Mm.
I had like a tube, tracheotomy tube, and my parents were given a special equipment, kind of like negative pressure, so they could insert like small, tiny plastic tube inside, and they could suck out the phlegm
Okay.
because the phlegm will accumulate over time in your throat. And after a few hours, I was not able to breathe anymore. So, on a regular basis, multiple times a day, every day, for the first few years, they had to uh, do this uh, task,
Mm.
like remove phlegm on a regular basis. And when I was 4 or 5 years old, and technology improved, especially in Poland, it's much less advanced than here in US. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I was born here, if I could be, maybe they could restore my vocal cords right away, but I don't really go that much into this. What's done, it's done.
What
But
woulda, shoulda, coulda stuff.
yeah, could have, should have.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 4 or 5 year old, um, my parents got a phone call that there is a special surgery that they can do uh, to restore functionality of my vocal cords, and I would not need the tube anymore to breathe. And one thing I also have to mention: when you have a tube in your throat, most of the air is coming in and out of the tube. So if I wanted to talk or say something to someone, I had to place a finger to kind of close the air path so I could somehow still like barely say something to someone from my mouth. So this surgical procedure would be able to partially restore my vocal cords and eliminate the need for the tube. So they would take out the tube, put the stitches in, restore, uh, close up the throat, just like for anyone else, and I would be able to speak from my mouth. And we did the surgery; it was successful. But before I was released home, the doctor said, "You have a life now, and you can do whatever you want, and you can be whoever you want to be, but with exception of two things. Uh, you will never be a singer, and you will never be professional athlete." And for obvious reason, because maybe you can still kind of hear, but I cannot talk for a long time without taking a breath. So my breathing efficiency is lower than for everyone else. And the same translates to sports. Excuse me. Uh, because my breathing capability is uh, it's less efficient for endurance exercises, I get kind of tired or gassed more quickly, kind of by definition.
Do you get dizzy at all because of it?
No, not dizzy, but
Just tired?
tired more easily.
Hmm.
That was especially the case when I was still in younger ages, like physical education class. I ran few laps for warm up. For me, it was already like I'm done because I had to like gasp for air, like after a few laps.
Mm,
I kind of sounded like I ran a marathon sprint.
mm.
But over time, it improved. I was able kind of to work this out, where my endurance got to such a high level that this didn't bother me anymore, and I could perform pretty much at the same level as everyone else, as my peers, and that's still the same case until today. I feel
What?
like my endurance overall
Mm.
is at least an average of people of my age, if not better.
And what sports do you like to? Are you interested in?
Uh, Weightlifting in general, but MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai. Um, I
I've
don't
got a black
practice.
belt in karate.
Oh, I used to do karate when I was second grade
Hmm.
back in Poland. I stopped when I was orange belt with the blue uh, stripe. So that was like, what was it called? Dan 9 or 9.1, I think. I forgot the nomenclature. But I quit because I couldn't handle the kind of uh, requirements in terms of fitness
Hmm.
and endurance. Like I just couldn't handle it at that
That's okay.
point because I
So,
wasn't really involved in sports uh, first, second, third grade. So when I signed up, uh, it was just torture rather than pleasure. So I
mm.
just quit. But I'm happy I'm kind of back to uh, fighting sports right now. I don't practice as much as I used to. I'll go back to more routine uh, and more frequent training soon. But I love it. Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I've never done jujitsu or Muay Thai, but karate, I've done a lot of that. When I was real little, before I got fat, I was so little. My mom thought I was gonna get beat up everywhere I went, so she's like, you gotta go to karate class." I was like, "All right."
And I highly encourage Jiu-Jitsu to anyone. If you're fit, if you're not, it's an excellent fighting style for self-defense, but also just to improve your athletic performance. If you want to uh, start doing some exercises but don't really want to run or do weightlifting or go to the gym, I highly recommend Jiu-Jitsu. It's a
Jujitsu.
great sport.
What do you do for exercise on a normal basis, and how long do you do it for?
About an hour of resistance training every day.
Like resistance bands, or what do you do?
No, like weightlifting.
Mhm.
Uh, and not everything, not every day is the same. I do like push, pull, and like split. So I train upper body twice a week, lower body twice a week, and legs specific twice a week. And on day 7, I maybe do more like conditioning.
Mm, that's cool. Now, what are you eating in a week? A week's worth of eats for you. What are you eating?
Oh, like what I eat in a week?
Yeah, like I know I heard you like the ribeye.
Yeah, I'll just say what I eat in a day, and then you can extrapolate for a long time because that's every day is the same.
Okay.
But normally, as I mentioned, one meal a day, in the evening hours, because I like to have that mental uh, view that in order to eat, I have to earn. So I wake up early, about 4 a.m. I tune in to YouTube, Dr. Kilt's daily life, kind of listening, get my mindset ready for the day. I highly recommend actually Dr. Kilt's. He's a great guy.
I'm going to be talking with him soon on John's channel, Carnivore Backwoods. So I'm excited. I've never talked to Dr. Kiltz yet.
Also me, he's very knowledgeable, especially in reproductive health.
Now you did see I tried the Kiltz's ice cream.
Yes,
I in full disclosure, I love Dr. Kiltz, and it wasn't terrible ice cream at all. It just it doesn't live up to the memories of vanilla ice cream as I remember it. So it was kind of bland. So it just and I'm not into that much anymore, but it wasn't chock full of sugar or nothing, but it was still kind of like I was just like, I'd rather have bacon or something now. I'm just so stuck on meat now, Mike.
yeah, but so going back to 4 a.m. wake up, Dr. Kiltz, get my mindset ready for the day. Then I go to work. Uh, I actually live in an apartment about half a mile from my workplace,
Hmm.
and I'm electrical engineer. I work at Motorola Solutions. Uh, we design two-way communication radios for public safety.
And you got a
Uh,
math degree too, right?
yeah, I have math degree, bachelor's in math, bachelor's in electrical engineering, and this past year, last summer, I completed master's in electrical engineering,
Wow.
which
That's
you can see on the
Hey, yeah. I see
on
him
the
on the
wall.
wall there.
And the big one is obviously my master's. The two in a single frame is from University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. You may know if you're kind of close, like Wisconsin, Illinois regions.
Hmm.
And my master's I did in John Hopkins online program, so I could still work time and complete my master's during my free time.
That's awesome, man. Good on you, man. You're a smart guy and you're a tough guy at the same time, man. I like that. Smart and tough.
Yeah, I'm very consistent when I decide on doing something. I'm not taking like half measures.
Well, let's talk about that just for a second. For people who don't have as tough discipline as you do, what helps you have your discipline? What helps you have your mindset? And what specifically is your mindset? What are you thinking like, okay, if I do this and I do that, that's going to help me have this mindset?
Just my overall mindset is we only have one life. We don't know when we will die. Maybe today is my last day. Who knows? So whatever you plan to do it to the best of your ability. Don't take half measures like, I'll just maybe slack, maybe continue next time. Just no, just put all of your effort into what you want to do into that particular time. So
I love
whether it's your regular job or you go to the gym or what else you can be doing, some hobby, just put your maximum effort because you never know. Maybe you enjoy running and if you kind of like slack here, slack there, and then next day you'll kind of sprain an ankle and you'll be out for maybe it's career-ending injury, and you start considering, oh, if I only knew, I could have maybe pushed myself differently. No, just put your focus into it. Just 100% effort. Even in your diet, I'm strong advocate for don't do like, oh, maybe I'll still drink coffee or tea. Kind of do like 10%. Still keep 10% of this or that. No, just you only have one life. Why experiment? Just that's kind of my mindset. Is it the right mindset? It works for me. Will it work
I
for
think
everyone else?
I think it's good.
I don't know if it will work for anyone else. But if someone wants, let's say, uh, I used to drink black tea and green tea in the past before carnivore, and I was abusing pre-workouts supplements with caffeine. So even though I never drank coffee, I was pretty much high on caffeine.
Hmm.
So when I started carnivore, I ditched everything out. No more teas, no more pre-workouts. Not, have measures like, oh, let's keep at least one tea a day, maybe. No, just throw everything out. Just, there is no more time to play around. Just, I felt like a wreck. My health was ruined. I didn't feel great. And I forgot to mention some quantitative numbers, uh, results. I mentioned I was about 180 pounds on standard American diet.
Hmm.
When I switched to the so-called healthy diet, but we all know it's not, the high protein, low fat, plant-based, I dropped body fat, but I also lost muscle, and I shrink down to like 140, maybe even slightly less than that. So you're talking 40 pounds off 180 pounds. That's two ninths. That's about slightly more than 20%.
And
That's not negligible.
no, you like exercise. I mean, weightlifting. So to lose muscle, you probably had to be kind of annoyed or pissed off.
Yeah, because I couldn't do any more progress. And then I actually, at one point, I started to uh, lift less because I couldn't do the same amount as before.
Do you feel like carnivore is helping you get your gains back, your muscle gains?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not at the weight I used to be,
Mm,
uh, I'm probably as strong as I used to.
that's
Because you
awesome.
get all the nutrients that muscle need to repair and grow. There is nothing that I'm supplying to my body that's not necessary.
And how many times a day do you eat, Mike?
Once,
Once? Oh yeah, that's right.
once,
You did say it. I'm sorry.
once in the evening. So my usual routine is, I'll probably say third time, but I was never able to complete my kind of daily schedule. 4 a.m. wake up, tune in Dr. Kills. Uh, and you interrupted me. I was saying I live about half a mile from my workplace,
Mm,
but I'm not a lazy ass. I do like a longer loop. So it's kind of like 2 mile walk, about 30-minute walk. Uh, Even if it rains, I just open up umbrella. Come on. The rain is just H2O with small traces of acid, but it's not uh, damaging to human, at least not significant amount. So even if it rains, put a coat, umbrella, and still walk. And then I work until like noon. I go back home, then I go to the gym. So you can kind of treat my lunch break as my workout time. And then I still work kind of from home at that point
mm,
for like 2 more hours, do some documentation work, anything that I don't need to be in office, in the lab, uh, in person to do. And then about 5 p.m. I start prepping my food. And about 6 p.m. I usually eat steak. Uh, Recently I started two more uh, burger patties and steak kind of mix to save the cash.
mm-hmm.
Uh, but still, I make sure it's about at least 2 pounds of meat. So, like today, it was about 20-ounce steak, ribeye, and 4 burger patties, quarter-pound each. So I got what, 2.25 pounds of meat and 6 eggs. And
Hard
I
boiled,
usually
right?
right, and I usually grill my steaks and meat. And after I finish grilling, I put beef tallow on top because it's a carnivore sauce. And then
We were talking about that.
I put Redmond salt, a lot of salt. Uh, it's a carnivore seasoning. And then I just enjoy the food after a long day. Completed the workout, completed my pork activities. So I earned my meal, and now it's time to feast. So I go and eat. And then I just chill, maybe until 8 p.m. Then I go to sleep. Unless it's Friday, Saturday, I can hang around for longer, because it's
Well,
weekend.
today's
So
Friday.
I know.
I'm be having the carnivore hangout 10:30 tonight, my time. So, are you're Central Standard Time, right?
Yeah, CST.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so it'll be 10:30 tonight. If you, I'll send you the link if you want to hop in there. Um, what about electrolytes? Because you're weightlifting and stuff. Explain to us what you do for electrolytes.
Uh, if the question is if I take
Hmm?
additional electrolytes, I don't. I used to for the first few weeks of carnivore. I was doing element, but then I ditched because there's no more need. Just salt. You get sodium from salt, potassium and magnesium from the meat, and eggs too. They have some small traces of magnesium, and that's all I need. I never have cramps. As long as I salt enough, I get everything that I need.
Yeah, I don't take electrolytes either. So, but if other people need them, go ahead and take them. There's nothing wrong with it. Um,
Yeah, I'm not opposed to taking supplements, but I mean, not supplements, electrolytes. Because some people deal with cramping,
mhm.
which I'm still kind of questioning what's actually causing it, because you should get enough potassium and magnesium from the meat or eggs or bacon, and sodium from salt. And if you don't exercise, why would you have muscle cramps?
Yeah.
Like, you should have a pretty good balance. But then I start to think, what if people still drink like coffee or tea? For those that are unaware, caffeine, it's a stimulant. It binds to adenosine receptors in your body. It makes you more alert because you turn off the fatigue signaling when you're high on caffeine,
Hmm.
because adenosine receptors are blocked off by caffeine.
Yeah.
And that's why you feel less fatigued. You don't get energy because caffeine has zero so called calories. So, how can you have more energy from caffeine? You just don't feel tired. That's why uh, you're kind of amped up and, do more things. But then eventually, when caffeine lifetime drops,
Mhm.
you get that caffeine crash that most people do. Suddenly, they're more tired out of nowhere.
Mm.
That's because you were tired to begin with, and now caffeine dies off, so it's like double effect. And caffeine uh, turns on the flight or fight or flight response,
Mm.
and it actually lowers the magnesium absorption. And magnesium is the primary uh, element in lowering the cortisol levels. So I think, and I'm not a doctor, but if you still drink like caffeine, this may hugely impact your levels of magnesium in your body.
It's good to
At
know.
least,
I
at
didn't know
least
that.
that's what I read from the research,
Hmm.
from the research papers online.
Now, did I
So
hear right? You don't eat butter, or you don't use butter, something like that.
I used to for like first month or two, but then I ditched to beef tallow because I wanted to give it a try. And beef tallow is so much better than I just never went back to butter. So it's really for me meat, beef tallow, eggs, salt, water. That's it.
So
No
simple, man.
sweeteners, no nothing.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play around with some. Oh, let's try bring back garlic. For what? The food tastes very well the way I prep it right now. And food is not supposed to be entertainment.
No, it's just supposed to be
I
nutrients
tr-
for your
I
body.
I treat it as kind of a physiological process, kind of like go pee or breathing. It's like you never think about, oh, let's make my bathroom visit more entertaining. Let's try this or this. No, you just go in, go out. That's it. Same with the food you eat. Refuel you fuel your body with essential energy and nutrients, and then you keep going. You do other tasks.
I wish more people would have that thought process like you, to not make food entertainment. Because sometimes some people, it's like it's what it's about, man. The whole party's about the food.
Yeah,
It's
and I
something.
feel and I feel like this is one of the uh, reasons why some people may fell off the wagon because they want to make the food like entertaining and maybe add a little bit of this. Oh, let's try, I don't know, carnivore pizza. And it can bring back old habit kind of cravings. And that's where the issue can reoccur for some.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And and,
If it's gonna trigger you, get rid of it.
and just to be, sure that people understand me correctly, I don't think I'm better than everyone else. And I don't think that, I'm better because I don't have cravings. No, I still feel bad for those people that fell off the wagon sometimes. Like we recently had the episode with Kip
Hmm.
that he was struggling. I feel bad for Kip, but you know, there may be some things that uh, increased the triggers for him. Like we don't know. Sorry, we don't know what that was, but he's still back on track, kicking ass. And I still hope to see Kip doing a vlog on running the 5K.
Yeah, I would like
Because
to get that in the documentary. That would be awesome. I think it'd be real inspirational to people. Can we take some comments quick, Mike? Is that cool?
yeah, any comments, questions? I'm open to anything.
Okay, you guys put a Q in front of your questions and send some in here, and we're going to start getting to the comments now. And make sure before we do, you guys go and subscribe to his channel. Make your health great again, you guys. I love that banner you got up there.
Okay, you know who I was referring to or where I got the idea from.
Oh, I've seen a bunch of those signs before. Oh, yeah.
From our former and perhaps soon to be reinstated President Donald Trump.
Yeah, I get gut feelings, man, and I got a gut feeling Trump's gonna get back in there because every time I see Joe, he's got his head down and he's snoozing, man, and that doesn't look good to the country. So that's just my opinion, like I don't care whoever gets in. I just got a gut feeling as a betting man. I would say Trumpster's gonna get back in there.
Yeah, I mean, I will support everyone, whoever is in office.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're my
Maybe
president, man, and I if they fail, we fail. So
right. I may like the guy or I may dislike the guy, but I'll still respect the guy. Just like
Absolutely.
your manager or boss at work. Do you have to like your manager? No, you can hate the guy, but he gave you the job. He's partially responsible for paying you weekly paychecks. So,
Quick question: do you listen to music in the gym?
no,
Okay, because I saw you got headphones on here on your profile picture.
no, I don't listen to music. I listen to uh, a lot of carnivore videos.
Ah, okay, cool, cool, cool.
Usually, when I work out, I have some new videos from Jonathan, Carnivore Muscle, come up, or I'll open up some Sean Baker videos, or sometimes some people are live, like Nicole from Fat Farmer Girl, or I will open up your videos
I
if I
do see you
haven't
a lot, man.
watched,
I appreciate all your support on the channel.
like Dave from
No carb?
No Carb. Usually 7 or 8 a.m. the new video is up, so I listen. Plenty of material to listen, but there is no time for music, man.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I just figured I'd ask what you were jamming to or not jamming to. Rick says, hello, Mike.
And I say hello, Rick.
Susie says, hi, all. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, Susie.
Yeah, hi Susie, happy Friday to you too. Happy weekend. I hope it's great.
Yeah, we're kicking off the weekend here with Mike. The Carnivore Cabbie. Morning, guys. 1 a.m. here in London, England. Ooh, thanks for tuning in, man. I really appreciate that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, what else is to do at 1 a.m. when you're on carnivore, when you are on carnivore diet?
Yeah, and I got that carnivore energy. How many hours of sleep do you say you get, Mike?
Me,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe 6, probably 6 high quality hours of sleep.
Mm,
Because I usually go 8 9 p.m. and wake up slightly before 4 p.m. I get the whole cold shower and then again I listen into Dr. Kiltz, get ready to work.
absolutely. Low Carbis says, good evening, everyone. Good morning, Low Carbis. Rick says he's eating some meat and liver. Okay. How is it, Rick? Have you ever tried liver, Mike?
Yes,
Do you like it?
it's good,
Yeah, okay.
but because uh, it's not easy to prepare, and if I ever do it, I'll just fry it on a pan.
With some beef
So
tallow, right?
so it becomes tender. Yeah.
Bubba, how you doing? He says, hello, everyone. How you doing, Bubba?
And speaking of organ meats, beef heart, I like sometimes.
We kind of,
I call it like an organ steak, beef heart.
yeah, they've got that at the farm near me. I just haven't tried it yet. Beef tongue and beef heart and beef cheeks. She's even got. So I want to try the cheeks first before I try the beef heart. Carnivore Brothers, we kind of addressed. Do you want to just give a quick answer for him on your exercise?
I exercise about 1 hour every day. Uh, Push pull leg split. So I do all three body parts twice a week, and on day 7 I may do some conditioning. But I work out every day. As I say, I work out like a lion and then I eat like a lion, so I can become an angry, not angry, full of energy, vicious,
Intensity.
car- carnivore
Yeah.
lion. Yes,
He's living with intensity, man. That's why I called that the name of this stream, man. Living with intensity, man.
I know you. You only have one life. There is no time to be weak.
Hmm. D Lee says, hi, Mike. Hi, JT. How you doing, D Lee? Rick says 2 pounds of meat is a meal for me too. Okay, so and you say May 1st, so that's about 158 days. You've been
Yeah, more
carnivore.
or less. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
about 100.
just I just passed 5 months
Yeah, so
last week.
he's been carnivore for about 158 days, you guys. So if you got some questions for him, put a Q in front of it so it's a little easier for me to read.
So I'm still a newbie in carnivore.
Oh, come on, man. You're
The,
killing it.
that's a newbie in 5 months.
Yeah.
Compared to some other figures like
When
we
are we
have.
sophomores then? We're freshmen right now. When are we going to be sophomores? What's the date? 6 months?
I think sophomore is a year.
A year? Okay, okay.
A year you turn to sophomore.
Well, I'm still a freshman too. I'm on like day 100 something. D. Lee says, God bless you, Mike.
God bless you too, Tilly.
Bubba says, interesting spiritual story. It is.
It is. I think it is the case that spirit and body they work together. If you hurt one side, the other will follow. If you fix one side, the other will follow.
Mm, I love it. Carnivore Brothers, Mike and JT, can you spar each other virtually? Kung Fu style?
Yeah, like elbow hit from the top.
We just gave you guys some spar in there. That was fun.
I like
Gary.
I like elbows.
Yeah, yep. Dusty
Elbows
Rhodes was one of my favorite wrestlers, man. He would always drop the elbow on people's foreheads and split it right open.
elbows are nasty. If you know what you're doing, you can bust open so badly anyone.
Yeah. Dropping elbows like Dusty Rhodes. Look up Dusty Rhodes. He's got all about the elbows. Hi, Carrie. How you doing? Carrie says hi.
I
Carrie
carry.
Karts. I think hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I
I
said that.
mean, the way I would pronounce it. Okay, if there is anything that I don't know how to pronounce, I pronounce it like I would read it in Polish, and I usually get it right, especially in Spanish.
What would you say it is? Carrie what?
Cari cartes.
Cartes? Okay. Yeah, man, you're better at English than me. I took English my whole life, and man, and I didn't get good grades, man. It's the only language I know too, so
I know. I know multiple.
that's great, man. You're a smart guy.
English, Polish, Spanish, German. Pick one.
Wow, that's crazy. Let's see. Hi JT and Michael, carnivore dog sitter Becky. How you doing, Becky?
Hello.
Tanya says I have severe leg cramps even after supplements. You got any tips for her, Mike?
Yeah, I still think it's a mystery, those leg cramps. Especially if you don't exercise. It links to electrolytes, but some people still take electrolytes and they're low or they're experiencing leg cramps.
Hmm.
So I don't know, it's strange. I still think it could be linked not only sodium, but more magnesium and potassium. But hydration too. You have to drink water too.
Yeah, that's what the D. Lee says. Dr. Chafee says that muscle cramps are usually due to not enough water. Okay. Yeah,
But
so
that's definitely true if you don't drink enough. But if you drink enough water, you still can get leg cramps.
gotta have that salt in there, right?
Yes.
Do you add any salt to your water, or do you just get the salt from the food?
No, salt from the food.
Okay. JT is entertainment, not food. Yes, I wear the bacon suit sometime. I'm actually eating bacon as soon as we get off here. I'm so hungry, man. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
talking to him. He's making me hungry.
Yes, food is not entertainment. JT is entertainment.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that, Mike. Carnivore caveman Tim. I tried salt, but water was the answer for cramps. Okay, nice.
And it's possible because if you maybe intake too much salt and don't drink enough, your sodium concentration is higher than it needs to.
Mm.
So when you drink some water, you dilute sodium, and then you get closer to that sodium potassium balance.
Interesting.
Because it's not the amount, actually. It's not the amount of salt, but concentration is important too. If it's diluted, it's not good. If it's highly concentrated, it's not good.
Rick, 40-year carnivore. He says I never have or never had cramps. Well, there you go, man. That's from a 40-year carnivore.
Yeah, he's a Terminator. He never has anything. Like he never gets sick. He never gets cramps. What else he never has?
Is we got to see if he's actually from this planet. He might have been born on Mars or something and just dropped off, man.
Yeah, I want to see his birth certificate
Rick, we're gonna have to see that birth certificate, man. Scan it and send me an email.
to legitimize that he's a human.
Tanya, carnivores don't need a kitchen, just a grill and an air fryer. Would you agree with that, Mike?
I mean, you need a kitchen to clean the plates.
There you go.
So you need a sink.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, maybe not
So
to a kitchen.
so in theory maybe you just can do it in the bathroom. But
Do you ever eat chicken, Mike?
no, not even on carnivore. Before carnivore, I ate chicken, obviously, the lean, skinless chicken breasts. But since carnivore, I did not have any piece of chicken,
There's no fat on it, really.
and not for that purpose or because it's high in omega sixes maybe. I just I like beef and I just stick to beef. I could do some chicken thighs,
Hmm.
maybe. I could. I have nothing against chicken, but I just like beef. Stick to beef for now.
The chickens are safe around Mike for right now. If they're floating around, they're safe around Mike. Here's a question for you, Mike. I might have missed it. Sorry. At what age did you move from Poland? I'm half Polish.
When I was 14 years old and 8 months. And the reason why I say it this way is because in 2 months I'll be 30 years old, 30 years young. So I already crossed the point where I live most of my life in US.
Mm,
But still I have considered Poland as my number one country because that's where I was born, raised. I was brought to life. Who knows what would have happened in my very first few days where they had to put me in an ICU.
yeah.
Could have, should have. So Poland will always be in my heart as my number one, even if I live in US until I'm like 100 years old.
Yeah, you could take him out of Poland, but you can't take the Poland out of him, man.
Right.
Rick says, I boil my liver or just eat it raw. Okay. I've
Or
never.
just prepare it on the engine.
Yeah. Throw some tinfoil down and slap it on the engine. Like Shane from Sightless Carnivores, he said just slap it on the grill. I love that term. Carnivore Brothers, that was earlier question on the exercise. Sorry, guys, he did answer already. Love the work. Out like a lion, eat like a lion. Yeah, dude, he's very inspirational.
Yeah, you only have one life. There's no time to play around and kind of be weak. Just go intense. Just work out like a lion, eat like a lion, feel like a lion every day because you never know what can happen to you.
Absolutely. Rick says, laughing out loud, I am as human as all of you. Yeah, Rick, we don't believe you. We don't believe you, Rick. Now, I got two questions left for you, Mike.
Sure.
I've been trying to give away $1,000,000 to get someone off the carnivore diet and go back to the standard American diet or whatever other diet you had before. Would you take the million and go back to your old way of eating? And
For two reasons. No. Reason number one is I know how I felt before, and that's also one of the things I have to mention. Many people struggle with their progress on carnivore because they compare themselves to other people.
mm,
That's especially the true when it comes to comparing rates of weight loss. I find it very frequent. I hear people, oh, I only lost 10 pounds in my first month of carnivore. Well, first of all, only 10 pounds? That's a lot of weight. And second of all, you can't compare to someone else because your body will prioritize healing internally before it prioritizes optimizing your weight. So you may require more healing time than other person. So compare. The only person you can compare yourself to is you from the past. And that's kind of my mindset. Would I rather have $1 million and go back to previous eating? I mean, what can I do with $1 million if I feel like a wreck every day? Like I feel damaged.
Hmm.
Like there is a famous quote that I like. Money doesn't buy happiness if you don't know where to shop.
Ooh.
I mean, what's good if you have plenty of cash if you don't know which store to go to?
Yeah, if you don't know what you want, man, you couldn't spend
Like,
it anyways.
if you don't know what you want, what's good is the money.
Hmm.
That's kind of my mindset. That's why, no thanks. I rather feel great every day and feel that positive attitude based on how I feel every day rather
Yeah, and
than knowing that I have cash in my pocket. So that's reason number one. And the reason number two why I would not take your $1 million uh, is because that's not a lot of money, and I'm planning to hit a jackpot tomorrow for 1.4 billion. Powerball, come on!
let's go.
You
I love your
offer
mindset.
you offer me $1 million where I have 1.4 billion just laying on the streets. All I have to go to do is pick it up, uh, go to gas station, fill up the coupon. The only thing I have to be one in the I think 300 million combinations. Um, and then just take it all in. Can you imagine how many how much meat I can buy?
Oh man, can you imagine all the new friends you're gonna make?
You know, that's what the carnivore should do. Whoever wins the Powerball, if you're a carnivore, whew, first of all, make carnivore diet documentary a reality. All the funds they need, they'll get, and then you know buy off the big pharma and let's have all the processed junk out of the market.
We gotta vote for Mike for president, man. I'm telling you, man.
I'm sorry I can't. I wasn't born in US.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You can run for governor though of Illinois.
Yeah, maybe I'll never get picked. It's democratic state.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. But if you ever do run for governor, man, you got my vote, dude. I'm telling you, I like you.
Yeah,
Now,
I'll move to Wisconsin.
let's go. Yeah, up here we vote for Republicans, man. That's
Oh,
it happens every time, man. No,
okay,
except for
okay.
the one we got right now. We got Tony Evers. He is a Democrat as governor, but he's been like we get like one every five governors as Democrat probably.
That's fine. It's probably not as bad as here in Illinois.
No, because he can't do anything. The Republicans run everything, so he just they send back everything he sends. It's quite the thing. But before we wrap things up, what's on your heart? What would you like to speak to the people about, Mike? While you got the opportunity here, what's the message?
My message. Okay. What I would say, my message is if you are not on carnivore lifestyle yet, give it a try because I believe that the worst that can happen to you on a carnivore diet is that you won't feel any difference and you will not see any improvements. But you won't get worse. And on the positive side, you will enjoy a lot of plenty, very good foods. Now, if you are on carnivore lifestyle, if you have any down days, be patient and you will reach any goal that you set for yourself. The only question is when it will happen. Like my carnivore friend Kip, he wants to run 5K. Will it happen tomorrow? No. Will it happen next year? Maybe. You never know. But just keep that goal in mind and be patient, you'll get there. It's just a matter of time. And from my own personal experience, since you only have one life and you don't know what can happen to you tomorrow, next week, or next month, live every day like it's your first and live every day like it's your last.
Mm.
There's no time to play around, or some people say goof around. Live it to the fullest. Put your most effort into what you're doing and enjoy. Enjoy your life. You only live once. That's the response I give to anyone that tell me, "Oh, you can drink some alcohol from time to time, or you can have some, sweets or desserts from time to time." I mean, no, I can't. And they say, "But you only have live once. Come on, you can have a treat." And then I say, "Oh, exactly. I only live once. I don't have time for this
Oof.
garbage."
Hmm. All the more reason to not poison yourself because you only live once, right?
Right. That's why
Mm.
I'm not doing it, because I only live once.
Mm.
I mean, your reasoning for drinking alcohol is because you only live once. My reason for not doing it is the same, because I only live once.
Mm. Man, I love that, Mike, dude. You're awesome, man. We got two more things here. Karen, Carnivore Journey, she says, "Sorry, Mike, I'm winning it."
That's
the fu-
fine. We can split. I'm fine with 0.7 billion.
Hey, Karen, we got a negotiation here. And D. Lee says, "Mike, I think that you just solved a big issue for me. I have been getting bad leg cramps lately. I think that I was having too much salt for the amount of water that I'm taking in. Thank you."
Yeah, it's about concentration. That's what the liver does, and kidneys.
Hmm.
They filter out what you don't need, but it also keep track. I'm not a biologist, especially in human biology, but there is uh, a concentration that you need to maintain. If you have too much salt and not enough water in your bloodstream, your body will react. If you dilute your blood, then concentration of sodium will be low. That's also not good. So it's about concentration. So it's not just, "Oh, I'm going to take 5 grams of salt and then I'll be good for the rest of the day." No, you have to kind of keep it balanced. And the reason why I don't really take supplements is because I don't uh, I don't get rid of stuff in the first place. So no caffeine, so I don't deplete myself of magnesium and other stuff. So if you don't deplete yourself from minerals uh, that are essential, your body requirements for electrolytes will be less.
It's great, man. Man, I had a blast, dude. And I hope you guys have learned to not only live with intensity, but to live like a lion and eat like a lion. I hope you guys got that message out of Mike here.
Yes, there is no time to waste. You
Yeah,
only have one life.
Yeah, that too. Stop
Don't
wasting your time. You don't get it back.
don't play around. Don't play around with your health. I mean, just say to yourself, cut it out, cut it out. Just no more coffee for from now on. Just ditch it, garbage can, and trust me, maybe you'll feel slightly worse initially because of body adjustment, but you'll get better quicker. And why would you prolong the period, the time it takes for you to reach good physical health?
Hmm.
Don't you want to get healthier as soon as possible?
If someone needed some encouragement, man, could they comment on one of your YouTube videos if they were having a problem or a bad day, and for some advice from you, Mike?
Yeah, you can comment on any videos. I try to upload some. Initially, I aimed at least one video a week because I thought that this should be good enough. I mean, especially if some people put like one or two per day. So I thought, oh, I'll do once a week. I have issue with once a week, but I'll try to be more communicative. Put more contents, even if it's a short. But go ahead, comment. You can find my email also if you want to send me a private email. I'm accept both. I'm open to positive, negative comments. I have nothing to hide. I want to spread the knowledge, share my experiences. Because if you know something that can help someone else and you don't share it,
Mm,
you're damaging that person.
yeah,
You're responsible for that person being hurt longer because you have not shared what you know. It's one thing when you don't know, but if we know carnivore diet has a lot of health benefits, it's our responsibility to share. Because the longer we keep our mouth shut, that's for how long many more people can be hurt.
mm,
And as I said, you only have one life, there's no time to waste. We got to help when we can help. That's why carnivore diet documentary, we got to get this out fast. We need to do it right,
right.
but we need to do it in a timely manner.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. The GoFundMe link for the Carnivore Diet movie, you could either go, it's on the screen, you could go to the carnivoredietmovie.com, or it's in the description of this video. And I also put the link to Carrie's spread shops. You can buy the Compassionate Carnivore shirts, because all that goes towards the documentary. And Mike, I appreciate you sharing your story in support of that effort to try to, to raise awareness, help people, and to get this documentary made, man. I really appreciate you. And you guys, he stayed up all 24 hours watching the live stream. Like, what a
Yep,
champion, man. A carnivore champion, man. You're one of them, dude.
I know. I'm
You are.
I'm still freshman, but I took a huge. I got a huge extra credit for being 24-hour, like 26.
Yeah, 26 and a half.
Right.
Yeah, so you got it, you man. You've got a special spot in my heart, man. I really appreciate you, and you shared your story on chatting with carnivores, and it's going to help somebody somewhere. Let's just run through quick of these real quick, and then we'll head on out. Karen's carnivore journey says, "I'm fine with sharing. Mike, greed is evil." So you got some money coming your way, Mike. D. Lee says, "Yeah, I learned a lot tonight. Thanks, Mike." Carnivore Brothers, thanks guys. Appreciate you both. Thank you. Thank you. Just run through these quick. This was interesting and informative. Thanks. Cheryl Edwards. Thank you, Cheryl. Deely, thank you. JT, thank you. Mike, have a great evening. You guys are awesome. I'm gonna send the StreamYard link to Mike. Maybe he'll be on later tonight for the live carnivore hangout for the weekend kickoff. We'll see, hopefully. But that's it for right now. My coach says the first law of learning is repetition, you guys. So replay this. I'm sure you're going to laugh and smile just like we did. And you're going to learn some more stuff. So take some notes, man. There's value in Mike and there's value in his story. He's not just, he lives with intensity. He's not playing games. He doesn't do something just to do it, man. He's on here to spread a message and to help someone. And I really hope you guys see that. And because I see it from all the way over here, man. You're a great guy, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate all your support for the documentary too, including doing this interview here. But that's it for this. Would you come back, Mike?
I would be happy to come back, but what I would be happy even more with is whoever is on the chat right now, subscribe to JT and sign up for being a guest on Chatting with Carnivores, because I want to learn more about you too. We all have something to share. It's not always about, I have this significant improvement I have to share. Even if you don't have any improvements, we all love hearing from others, whatever that may be. There's always something to pick up and learn. So whoever's on the chat, subscribe to JT and request being a guest at some point. And he's famous. People are being put in queue, long lead time for an episode that I hope it will be like 100 or 1,000 episodes. Right now it's what, like 50?
50 something. I'm
50
backlogged too. I've got a lot of thumbnails to make that there's a lot of people booked. I just haven't generated the stream and put it up yet, but
yeah, spots are filling up quick, so go ahead, subscribe and sign up. I want to learn more about you too, guys.
I appreciate that, Mike. And if you guys are interested in taking Mike's advice on that, just type in pocomoonshinefamily@gmail.com and put in the subject chatting with carnivores and let me know you'd love to share your story. And
Yep, this guy.
like Mike says, you don't even have to have these big changes, just as long as you have good. And I don't even look at subscriber counts, guys. What I look at is if you have good intentions and a good heart. If you're a good person and you have genuine intentions of being on carnivore or even keto. I've had keto people on here. Just if you have genuine intentions to help us out, man, I'm more than welcome to have you on here. And you don't have to have lost a bunch of weight. You could just even say, hey, man, I've been doing it and I've only lost a couple pounds. But share your story and then we can relate to you and we can all maybe even help you lose some more weight or whatever's going on. But we don't know unless you share your story. So Mike, I appreciate you putting that out there. I do. But you guys, that's it for this one. I had a blast. Thank you and goodbye, Rick. I'll do the duck face for you on the way out with my duck buddy. Okay, Rick? Oh yeah, and we'll be back at 10:30 tonight. So we'll see you guys in a